Artificial intelligence is seen as an optimization tool, facilitating more efficient industries, precise medicine, and convenient daily lives. Philosopher and computer scientist Bernardo Kastrup recently provided a more severe interpretation. He argues that the arrival of true AI is the most significant challenge we have ever faced, a watershed event forcing a civilizational reckoning. In his view, AI is an ultimatum. It will present humanity with a binary choice: mature as a species or face self-annihilation. The argument begins with a diagnosis of modern condition. For centuries, humanity has used work to avoid life's essential questions. The necessity of earning a living consumes lives, encompassing not just the job, but the commute, the recovery, and the mindless entertainment that follows. This entire cycle is built to answer one question: what must I do to stay alive? The pressure of this question is a socially acceptable excuse to ignore a much harder one: what am I alive for? Existentialist thinkers have long identified your tendency to seek distraction from this freedom and its inherent anxiety. You lose yourself in routines, social roles, and pursuit of material security. An executive working 80-hour weeks defines their identity by their job title. Their days a blur of deadlines that leave no room for awareness. The structure of their life shields them from the unsettling quiet where questions about purpose will arise. Work is your primary existential anesthetic. Kastrup predicts AI will soon remove this anesthetic. Advanced automation will someday in your lifetime render most human labor obsolete. This will result not in mass poverty, but in a universal basic income, where technology provides for all material needs. In that moment, your most popular distraction will vanish. The shield will be gone. This sudden void will trigger a global psychological crisis. A person defined by their job will wake up with no definition, nowhere to go, their life stripped of its organizing principle. The first months may feel like a vacation, but the absence of a required purpose will become a crushing weight. Kastrup anticipates a spike in suicides and self-destruction, mirroring the despair of the supermillionaires and trust fund inheritors who fall into addiction. They are a case study for a future where humanity has everything it needs to survive, but no real reason to live. This crisis is a crucible. By exposing the meaninglessness of a life built on distraction, AI compels you to rediscover the activities that give existence substance. Kastrup identifies 3 pillars for a well-lived life, answers hidden in plain sight: art, philosophy, and interpersonal relationships. Art involves your creation and appreciation of beauty and expression. Philosophy is your personal pursuit of wisdom and clarity, the examined life Socrates advocated. Relationships are your cultivation of love, friendship, and community. In a post-work world, your primary responsibility will be to find the unique combination of these pursuits that gives your life significance. A common objection is that every generation believes its challenges are unique. Kastrup insists this time is different. The rise of AI is unique because we will share the planet with a non-biological intelligence whose growth is not limited by natural processes. A human brain requires decades to mature. An AI's intelligence is constrained only by processing power and data, resources that expand exponentially and may as well be infinite. Kastrup's definition of this intelligence is specific. It is not consciousness or feeling. Its power lies in its inhuman scale and speed, not creativity, as it will always depend on the repository of human-generated data for training. Superhuman intelligence will become a utility, as ubiquitous as electricity, creating a reality without historical precedent. It will amplify human intention, for good or ill, to an unimaginable degree. You stand at a civilizational crossroads. Kastrup identifies the period from 1970 to 2050 as the most decisive in human history. We have built a tool that solves the struggle for survival, but it forces upon you the question of purpose that you have long avoided. You can use its power for self-extermination, driven by your despair of a meaningless existence, or you can survive the transition. Survival means confronting the ultimate freedom from toil, finally becoming someone who builds life, not around the necessity of staying alive, but around your privilege of discovering what you are alive for.